This is WPTV, William Patterson Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The NBA playoffs have reached the second round, and here to break down the action on the hardwood is Andrew Ballistreri, Bijan Pulley, Phritz Napoleon, and Rico Alcazar. Guys, the Denver Nuggets are in some serious trouble right now, going down 2-0 to the Minnesota Timberwolves as the series heads back to Minnesota. Rico, what do the Nuggets need to do to get back on track in the series?
Well, it's got to be hiding Jokic's defense. The Nuggets got to take care of their defense. As we see here, points per game, 106 points to 89 of the Denver Nuggets. 13 turnovers to 14 of the Denver Nuggets. Field goal percentage, Minnesota shooting 51% and the Nuggets are only shooting 40%. And then the three-point, they're actually beating them 47% and then 41% with the Timberwolves. It's just overall their defense just sucks. They need to improve their defense.
Yeah, defense is a big key, but Bijan, we'll go to you. Rico did say defense, but what do you think the Nuggets need to do to get back on track?
I mean, simply, they got to get Aaron Gordon to initiate more actions. The Nuggets mostly have Aaron Gordon stand in the dunker spot or around the baseline or spot up in the corner, but him being in those areas allows Rudy Gobert to clog up the paint, making it difficult for the Nuggets to get easier looks in the paint. But if the Nuggets allow Aaron Gordon to initiate more actions, bringing the ball up the floor, running dribble handoffs with Murray, KCP, or MPJ, that'll pull Gobert out the paint a little bit, and that'll open up easier shots around the rim.
Absolutely. Rico, moving on to you. You said defense. Does your answer have to do with the defense?
I said defense, but this one has to do with Nikola Jokic's defense. His drop defense is not the greatest. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're attacking him every single time. They're attacking him on the threes, attacking him with the drives. This is the reason why Jusuf Nurkic in the Phoenix series, they took advantage of that. They took advantage of Eubanks, they took advantage of Nurkic. They keep taking advantage of the threes and the layups.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart thing to do. It's smart basketball. Andrew, what do you think the Nuggets need to do to get back on track?
They got to get Jamal Murray going. Listen, this guy was phenomenal in the first round, and usually he's a phenomenal playoff performer in general, but he's really stinking it up right now. Shot sub 50 in the sub 50% shooting in the first game. Shot 3 for 18 in game 2. He needs to be better if the Nuggets want to come back. He was crucial on that championship run. Him and Yoke and Maul, they got to pick it up here.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean, that's their big two right there. But first, moving on to you, what do the Nuggets need to do?
Yeah, one thing I definitely think that they need to do is just get their perimeter scoring back up to par. I know they're shooting a great percentage, but at the same time, with the team that's run through a player like Jokic, you need to have that outside threat to really clean up the floor, give it some more space. Right now, it's really clogged in the paint, and you're dealing with 2 7-footers. You have if Joker beats Cat to the paint, he has Gobert waiting right for him. So I feel like this is one of the teams that matches up great to Denver. They have 3 people on the perimeter that are lockdown defenders at this point. So no one's getting open, and people are just able to key in on Jokic. So I think that they really need to get those threes going to clear up that space in the court.
Absolutely. I mean, if you have good perimeter scoring, it's key to winning any kind of basketball game. But moving on, Andrew Ballistreri's New York Knicks are headed to Indiana up 2-0 after some gritty wins in New York. Fritz, take us through that series so far.
Yes, of course. So just take a look at the stats for this very exciting matchup. You have the Knicks that are averaging just over 120 points per game. The Pacers are right under it, but one key factor is rebounds per game. The Knicks almost up 10 rebounds per game over the Indiana Pacers. Just really physical. They're shooting over 55% from the field, but the Pacers not far below, trailing at 52%. But one thing that really sticks out is just that outside scoring presence. The Knicks are shooting 47% from three-point range, with the Pacers trailing behind with 41%.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both three-point percentages over 40, so it is still pretty good, but Knicks just shooting a lot better. But Fritz, we'll start with you. What do you think the Pacers need to do in order to potentially come back in this series?
Yeah, they just need to play through their bigs more, be a lot more physical. Look, at this point, they're being outplayed, out-hustled, and outworked by a 6-man rotation. I mean, there's no way that Josh Hart loved the guy, but it's no way you can allow Josh Hart, a 6'4" guard, to just go up there and get 15 rebounds in a game. He's bullying people. So at this point, you have to look at people like Miles Turner. You have to look at someone like Pascal Siakam, where they have to attack the Knicks, go at the heart, because right now they're losing the perimeter battle. There's no way they can match up to the skill that they have perimeter. But with people with like Mitchell Robinson that's out right now, they only have Isaiah Hartenstein holding it down in the middle for them. So I think they really need to take it to him and make sure that they can just be more physical. They're getting bullied right now.
Yeah, again, you got to play through your bigs. But Andrew, moving on to you, your Knicks up 2-0, but they're not in the clear just yet because the Pacers could come back and what's a way that they could end up making that comeback?
I'm really nervous that Rick Carlisle's going to figure me out. You got to keep T.J. McConnell in the damn game, dude. He had 18 points in 22 minutes off the bench in game 1 while Tyrese Halliburton was stinking it up. Halliburton played the entire fourth quarter while TJ's sitting on the bench. Game 2 we go to, in 23 minutes, he had 10 points, 12 assists, sat the entire fourth once again. And listen, Nembhard and Naismith have been getting cooked by Brunson in this series. At least TJ McConnell was able to stick with them. He wasn't fouling them constantly like the other two are. And if the Pacers actually want to come back in this series, they need to find minutes for TJ McConnell, especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I feel like he kills the Knicks every time.
He does.
Yeah. But Rico, moving on to you, what do you think the Pacers need to do to potentially make a comeback here?
The Pacers need to button up their defense. They got to tighten that defense. They're allowing over 114 points per game in these playoffs. They only have one game where they held the team under 100 points. That's just embarrassing for the Pacers. You can't win a championship without defense. So button up that damn defense right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks offense has been a big factor as to why they're winning, and the Pacers got to find a way to neutralize it. But Bijan, we'll close out with you for this one. What do you think the Pacers need to do?
Simply put, man, Pascal Siakam has to play better. A lot of people get on Tyrese Halliburton, which for the most part is well-deserved. But when are we going to start criticizing Pascal Siakam? Since Game 2 of the first round, Pascal's averaging 15.7 points per game, shooting 45.7% from the field. Not too bad, right? Y'all in for something real ugly. 15% from deep and 36.8% from the line.
Yikes.
If they can just get an average Pascal Siakam, they can get back in this series, because this can't continue. Like, this is just not even role play. This is
bad.
like
This
he's
is
killing
really bad.
the Pacers ship right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, he is. But unlike Pascal Siakam, we've seen some amazing talent so far in the playoffs, and it's pretty difficult to find just one player who has outshined everyone else. A lot of good guys. But Andrew, we'll start with you. Who do you believe is the best player in the playoffs?
I think it's easy for me to say. It is Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. He's turned himself into a Knicks legend already passing up Melo in my eyes for the one of the greatest Knicks of all time. 4 straight 40-point games. The only other guys to do that, Bernard King, MJ, and LeBron. Listen, he broke the franchise record for most points in a playoff game for the Knicks. He's averaging 36 and 10 in these playoffs, and he's on a Brunson burner, as us Knicks fans like to call it. I'm praying that he can lead us to the promised land this year.
No, he's been incredible, and even looking at the difference, last year he was really great, but now the step that he just took this season and in this playoff series has been incredible. But Phritz, move on to you. Who do you think is the best player in the playoffs?
And I got to go with Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man.
Ant Edwards is just a gift from James Naismith himself, okay? Everything is just right with basketball, because this young star is finding his way. Look, averaging 32 points in this playoff series right now. He's been a closer. He sent KD and the Suns packing. But one thing that really just stands out about me for this team is that he's playing defense, and he loves it. He takes pride on the defensive end. He's not only trying to kill you on the offensive side and dunk on you, but as soon as that ball is inbounded, he's playing defense and trying to embarrass you on that side of the court. So I feel like it's very probable that he can win a championship this year. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, no, he alone makes the Timberwolves worth watching. He's just incredible, super fun. But Bijan, we'll move on to you. Who do you think has been the best player in the playoffs?
I got to go with that man down in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell. In the playoffs so far, he's averaging 29 points on 47, 31, 82 shooting splits. But in the past 4 games, he's averaging 38 points per game on 51, 40, 79 shooting splits. He's no joke in the Cavs' entire offense during the playoffs, having a usage rate of 37.7, which is the 3rd highest in the playoffs, only behind Brunson and Ant. So, and the fact he's still producing this well, especially as of late, despite the massive offensive load he has to carry, makes him the best player in the playoffs for me.
Hey, you know what? Fair points, absolutely, to all of that. But Rico, we'll close out this question with you. Who do you think has been the best player in the playoffs?
I put Derek White. He's really turned it up. He's actually really turned it up in the playoffs.
It's not a wrong answer.
You know that commercial where it's like, oh, playoff Tatum is not a thing. Derek White hit that button. He's like, yo, playoff White is a thing. Playoff White is putting up 21, 3 and 3 with 54, 45, 85 shooting splits. He's just arguably their second best player. He's averaging the same amount of points as Tatum. And he's just really stepped up ever since he went bald.
Well, his head looks like a basketball now, so he's going to feel more in tune with the game.
Feels like he's on the court.
Exactly. But, since this is our final episode of the year, it's only fitting that we conclude with our NBA Finals picks. So we'll just get right into it. Rico, what do you think the Finals matchup will be, and who do you think ends up taking home the trophy?
Well, you know me and my curses, so I need you to document this right now. Here you go.
What is that?
You got to document this right
Phritz, you
here.
go ahead.
Phritz.
All right.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Record it.
Gotcha.
Hit the red button. The Dallas Mavericks and Boston Celtics will face each other in the NBA Finals, and Dallas will be the winner. That curse will end. I know I'm 0-7. The curse will end. It has to end. Thank you.
I mean, we'll see. We did see on the Instagram, not the greatest run right now. But we'll move on to you, Bijan. Who do you think is in the finals, and who do you think takes it home?
Man, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Boston Celtics, and I got the Celtics winning the series. The Celtics have more versatility offensively than the Timberwolves with Tatum, if he gets his act together, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, when healthy, he's going to be back soon, and Derek White. And defensively, they have great and multiple good to great point of attack defenders to guard with Tatum, Brown, White, and Drew Holiday. And the Celtics have Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Holiday to guard Cat. Holiday's very strong considering his size. While the Timberwolves, they've been great these playoffs, especially defensively. I just think the Celtics are the better overall team, but I think that series would go 6 or 7 games.
No, sometimes it's just a vibe check. Which team do you vibe with more? And he picks the Celtics. Fritz, will go on to you. Who do you think makes and wins the finals?
Well, I'm going with the Timberwolves versus the Celtics, but I'm vibing with Ant. Okay? Look, I just don't trust the Celtics at all. Death taxes and Jason Tatum disappointing you late in the playoffs. I feel like that's
playoff Tatum.
Yeah, playoff Tatum. Once in a while, he's just going to have those games where he goes 5 for 15, and it's like, where did he go? So at this point, I just trust the Timberwolves a lot more. I feel like they have the defenders to match up and neutralize any threat that Boston really has to give to them. So I really think that they're going to take this game in 6.
I would love it. It'd be a lot of fun, but Andrew, we'll close our last question out on our last NBA block of the year with you. Who makes and who wins the NBA Finals?
Well, I agree with these guys about the Timberwolves making it. You guys are absolute, stooges, if I'm being honest, for trying to say that the Celtics. It's the New York Knicks in the finals and winning the damn thing. I don't care how hot the Timberwolves are right now. I don't care if they're shutting down Yoke and Mall. I don't care what they're going to do against the Thunder when they meet them. The New York Knicks are the hottest team right now in that Eastern Conference. They're playing off of energy of the crowd. They're playing with 6 freaking dudes, and they're beating everybody right now. The Knicks are winning the championship. Brunson's hoisting the trophy up, and New York's going to burn the hell down on that night.
Well, go New York, go New York.
Damn
but
right, go New York.
That's all the time we have.
Marc, I want to give a special gift to the seniors. Marc, we finally made it to the final episode.
We did.
It's your final episode. JJ, can you bring that to me?
What?
Congratulations. You guys are graduating. Marc, hit that button right there.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yo, good luck with your future, Marc.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Rico. But that's all the time we have in the hardwood for today. We'll enjoy the rest of the NBA playoffs from the couch, but now it's time to honor the senior class of 2024 here on Sports Desk.